Alright, we're up early here on Hobbs Farm. What we've got is our green Kenworth day cab and the 40,000 liter Linha trailer. Now, since we've already got a Schmitz cargo bull that's about the same size, we're going to go ahead and sell the Linha trailer. Hopefully raise a little money. Now, we did uncover our silage last night and spent a little time shoveling silage into the digesters. We're up to just short of $1.1 million. I'm not sure how to say that. We've got a new corn crop going in on our right. I'm a little excited. I called a fella that I know about coming to be our ranch foreman. He's going to come down from Dallas a little later today and see what we're doing. See if it's something he feels like taking on. It's a good feller. He knows some people who might make good farmhands if he decides to hire on with us. I had to make a couple of phone calls today to my friend at the oil company, see if we can get some more oil wells drilled. I've got to follow up on some economic development for Commissioner Steve. So we've got quite a bit to do today. But I think we're going to start off with selling some of our equipment that didn't quite work out right. Yeah, looking at the crop yields we were getting from our fields, 40,000 liter trailers probably not big enough. And I intend to use the Schmitz cargo bull as a 40,000 liter trailer in case we need something a little bit bigger to deal with the animal issues. If we get a lot of animals, we may need something a little bit bigger than the small trailer, Multiva, that we're hauling silage and mixed ration around with. So we'll get this parked up here so the people at the farm store can give us an estimate on what they want to give it to us for. Go back to the farm and see what else we don't quite need right now. We are going to keep the Kenworth tractor. I got a couple of uses in mind for that. But definitely this trailer could go. Okay, next thing we're getting rid of is one of our Australian road train trailers. We're really just trading this in because we're going to get something along the same lines but a different style. Alright, another thing we're getting rid of is our 980 class Jaguar forage harvester. It didn't quite work out for us. And we're actually going to load this onto a low loader that's attached to our international cab over truck and drive it down to the store to sell. If I can get it maneuvered on there. Well, maybe not. I think I probably better back it on with the header there. We might well have broken something if this was real life and we tried to drive that up there and the angle was too steep. But let's see how it goes backwards. All right. We'll see you at the store. Switchback Road with our International and the class combine we're going to sell. I thought y'all might like to see. Let's go down Switchback Road here. In cab. With a load on the back. I like that the mirrors work in this truck mod. See our load behind us. Better not go too fast, get too much speed built up here. Take these corners pretty wide. I did get a call from the fellow who might be our ranch foreman. He's not too far away. Probably be here in an hour or so. We'll show him around. See if he would like to work for us. See if I can get us into the selling point back here. I think we'll probably stop out here and unload. Get the ramps down. Alright, I think we have to unlock our load too. Yeah, the poor 980 just was not the thing for what we're doing here. I'm not sure whether to get a New Holland or another 870 like we already have. I think if you were a real farmer, you might like to have two pieces of equipment that were exactly the same. Make it easier buying parts and fluids, oil, gear lube, things like that for it, instead of having to remember what piece of equipment you're buying for. Alright, so on our header and sell on the class. Okay, we're here with the New Holland and the class rear mowers. We're going to mow here in field 4 where we planted that grass before. I could just do around the perimeter at first to see where we're going to be mowing. I guess we'll have to get our windrower down here too when we need it. Wanted to mow at least once the whole field before we do a little bit of building here. So we want to put in some sheds to store that expensive beet and potato harvesting equipment. That's not something I would really want to sit out too much. The money you spend on such a thing. Give a little side view of here. So far I'm liking this New Holland mod. Seems to do the job. Interesting to see that strip where the original field outline is. Don't really know how much grass we'll get out of this, but it'll be welcome. We're going to start some animal work here. Always need grass for different things. I think at some point we are going to do some baling in this field once we get some supplies built up in the storage facility. And I think we may well go up along the field verge here. At least once. Collect that up. Oh, made a mistake there. Let's see if I can do a little bit of in-cab. My friend from the oil company called me this morning. They're willing to buy all the oil that we can get out of the wells here, but they're not willing to pay the drilling expenses, and that's $100,000 a well. So that's something else we're going to have to spend money on if we want to continue doing the oil exploration. The income would be nice in the long term. Still waiting for a call from one of my business opportunities. I'm hoping that works out so we can get some jobs for people in the neighborhood. Alright, I think we're going to take a short break. See if our potential ranch foreman is going to show up. Talk to him. Farm store again. And brought down the JCB loader from the BGA plant. And we have bought a rear weight for this piece of equipment since we've got the large bucket on front. It gets a little front heavy, and some nice people on the Hobbs Farm Facebook group were recommending some different rear weights for loaders. Thought we'd try it out. Got one here. It's not for JCB, but should work okay. Looks pretty good. We'll take this back up and see how it goes. Alright, we're ready for our beet harvest here on the top side of field 4. And just talked to our prospective ranch foreman. And he's actually changing into his work clothes now. He was pretty interested in what we got going on here. His name's J-Rock, pretty good hand. He's also going to call some helpers that he knows that might be willing to come over here. This beet harvest going pretty well. Kind of glad I brought J-Rock in. He reminded me something pretty important. We really can't use our regular chaser wagons with beets and potatoes. We had to get a special chaser wagon for the root crops. Otherwise, we might have ended up with mashed potatoes if it went up the auger. So ran over to the farm store and got one of those. I think by the time we get to the end of this row, J-Rock will be ready to take over from us. We can let him drive the beet wagon and we'll run the chaser bin. I think one thing before we continue much further is we'll make a small payment on our bank loan. We've got a little bit of money. I don't want to forget to pay the banquet that we owe them. Well, I think we actually have to go back to the bank next time we're over at the farm store to pay our loan. But we'll get this turned around. Let J-Rock get to work here. We'll ride in the cab with him, drink some coffee, and talk about old times. Get a couple of different views of our beet harvester here in field 4. Yeah, we need to get the construction crew in. Start building a couple of buildings down here for that farm equipment. I need to call them this morning too, I guess. Alright, we will run and get the chaser bin. What we have here is a Grimmy brand. It's on our New Holland that we keep down in this area. Seems to work pretty well. I like this dirt road here. Gives us a little turnaround space. honk a couple of times. See if we can get him to put down the unloading ramp there. While we're down here by Field 4, I might as well show the new wagon we bought, the White Star. If you remember, we sold the small one, and we got this Hobbs Farm branded 100,000 liter trailer. Should work pretty well. I think the White Star's got enough power to pull it up Sawmill Hill Road back there, but we'll see. Alright, we got the unloading ramp down. We're emptying things out here. Alright, close to a full load of sugar beets in our grimy chaser wagon. Go over here and empty out again. I think we're going to have a lot of sugar beets out of this little crop. J-Rock's about half done, and we've got close to 80%, 70% in the trailer. Okay, back to it. We're in the Western Star, taking our first load of beets back to the farm. And we'll at least show you the part where we go up Sawmill Hill Road here. I'm pretty sure the Western Star's got enough power to pull 100,000 liters. It had a lot of trouble with the Australian road train trailer, but that was pretty full. Take it plenty wide in that section. Oh yeah, no problems. All right, off to the farm. Better look and see what the traffic's like. Nobody coming?